Okay, so I am going to attempt to replace the fender on this, and I've already had some glitches in my plan, so let me tell you some tools that you're going to need and how you want to go about this process. So first tool you're going to need is a body clip puller. I got this one at Lord Go for 15, and then you're going to want to have, and then you're going to start off obviously by pulling these. This thing just pulls off from behind. If yours is like mine, the old plastic, it snapped, so I've gone and set some JB Weld up, and I'm going to glue those pieces back on. But or you could just get one from an auto parts place. But anyway, so then next piece was that you had to undo the screws, and then once these screws are undone, you have to take these body pieces off, and I'm just going to replace these body clips, no big deal. Then of course under the hood here, just get the you have to take these two bolts off here, another body clip here. Again, that tool makes these come off nice and easy. And then there's a more trickier part here. This piece here is a big plastic piece that holds this on, and these two clips here, as you can see now that you know what they look like, you can see that those two classic square pieces. Let me show you how those work. So I broke mine. I'm going to fix it, but I'm going to get another one of these from the wrecker. But in the meantime, I'm just going to band-aid it for the weekend here, because it's a long weekend here. But those slide in there, so you can see with the body puller tool, you could get those out when you know what they look like. And that's what they look like right there. So that's that piece that sits inside there. And of course, this is where your hood, or the skirt on the front of the vehicle clips onto these. And this piece here, I should show, this piece here screws into that fender we're going to replace. So that's the first part of this operation. So you can see I've taken the mud off already. So we're going to get started now. I've got 2 bolts to deal with next. One is right there. That's a 10 mil socket like all these other ones were. I've already gotten this 10 mil socket off. And there's a 10 mil socket hiding down there, as you can see, hiding under there. So that comes off. These two here, and then this one down here, and it should come off. Well, folks, we've discovered another interesting screw in this operation, and it is located right in there. So you can see down in there. I'm just going to go for this easy one, even though the bracket's held on right there. But one more screw. The surprises don't seem to end here. We've got another one in there. And so, of course, what you have to do is sort of wiggle this panel up and out of the way and squeeze in as you're sort of pulling that off. And then it should come up and off, hopefully. I'm going to spend a couple of minutes looking at it with the fender off so we can identify some things here. First of all, we've got, there's some push-on pieces here and there. This is just a piece of rubberish stuff here. This was where the body clips go in. This is where it was bolted here and bolted there. There's that bolt there. I want to put something on that so it doesn't rust. Water's going to obviously get in there. And bolt spot, and other bolt spot here. And then of course that's where that piece goes to hold this on here. So that should be everything. Oh yeah, and there's obviously the one down there in the very bottom. So that's how the whole thing's held on. So to get this piece on, what you have to do is you have to come at it like this with the door closed, straight on and up. And then you slot that piece down into the bottom into there. And then inside you want to keep your hand in there so you're kind of there's this black piece with the two plastic black clips in there, and you want to kind of just guide that with your hand, and then as you come down you'll push onto those and you'll feel this go up and over. And of course this is just a peely back piece, you can just kind of work with that separately. And then we're on, and now we're going to start adding the cosmetics, and it's just the reverse of what I've already shown kind of came together. So just to recap, you pop that screw up there. You just have to lift a little piece of rubber in the corner up there. Then of course you pull this down, body plug, that piece comes off. There's a screw right there, there's a screw down here, there's one right there that you just have to catch behind the door with the door half open, and then this whole thing comes off. And then again you just come down into this like so, and then turn. So in, down, turn, and then of course just reattach everything. Last piece of the job here, you can see that I have glued these back on. You can see a bit of glue there, and I've glued that one together. There you can see from the other side a bit there that it came apart and I had to glue it. And this one broke off entirely, so I just glued it right in place. So I'm going to put that on there, on so. And then of course, let's take a look at the other piece that I had to glue, which you can see here. This one shattered completely, but you can see that I kind of glued that back together with JB Weld. So if you're curious what that is, that's this stuff right here. It's a 2-part epoxy, quick setting, 5-hour epoxy. Well, 5-minute set, but 5-hour to cure completely. And so yeah, so now we're just going to put those pieces on there. Now I'm going to tell you one other thing that I've realized about putting these things on. I don't know if your van does this, but our van, the skirt on the front's always just kind of hanging down and doesn't really come on tight. So I guess it's been repaired poorly. So there's one part here where up through here there's a hole, and I've come to realize that when this actually goes on there like so, the smartest thing to do is to run a screw up through there just to tighten it up. So we're going to do that too.